What's going on, guys? It's Money back here again with the weekly Rust skins videos, and we have the second week of the Lunar New Year skins for this week. So we're not going to go over the face punch stuff and the stuff that was already in last week's store. If you want to watch that, if you haven't watched it yet, then watch last week's video. It's a bit longer, but at least you can have a little bit of an in-depth analysis of it. So we do have the top sellers for this week, that being the Lunar Snake Kaleidoscope AR, followed by the Year of the Snake L96 and the Serpent Lightkeeper Wooden Door. So honestly, kind of a surprising top sellers, top three in my opinion. So let's get started with the limited store, and we'll get started with the clothing and armor. We have the Dragon's Fury hoodie and the Dragon's Fury pants. I want to be very clear right now. The Dragon's Fury hoodie is more expensive than the pants. The hoodie is $3.05, so well above center store price for clothing and armor, and the pants are $1.55, so almost 200% increase on the Dragon's Fury hoodie compared to the pants, almost. So that is all of the clothing for this week. Overall, what do I think of them? Dragon's Fury hoodie, not going to recommend investing in it. It's cool while you're not wearing the armor, or while you're not wearing armor, but as soon as you put some armor on, you're just going to be wearing a red hoodie with some gold like sleeve cuffs. So overall, the actual main art piece on the hoodie is going to get covered up immediately as soon as you put on any sort of armor, and so that instantly devalues it, in my opinion. The fact that it's $3.05 already makes it a hard investment initially, but the fact that it's not even going to look that incredible in-game while you're wearing your gear, it does make the Dragon's Fury hoodie a less desirable skin to be investing in my opinion, and isn't going to have the demand on the Rust store once it releases from the Rust store and goes to the community market. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Dragon's Fury hoodie off of the Rust store for this week. As for the Dragon's Fury pants, I'm not going to recommend investing in them either, simply because they are just some ugly red and gold pants with some golden tassels on them. So overall, I don't think you're going to be able to pair them with anything else, any other skins, and I don't think it's really going to look that incredible when you're wearing actual gear over the top of it, metal gear. It might look okay with a jacket, but that's pretty much it. Like, the metal chest plate is going to be covering the hoodie. The road sign coffee can setup is going to be covering the hoodie as well, and the hide poncho, even if you're wearing that for whatever reason, or the wooden armor, will both be also covering the Fury hoodie. So the Fury hoodie, not going to recommend investing in, and the Dragon's pants, not going to recommend investing in either, because I don't think they're going to be making you any money. So not going to recommend investing in either of those for this week. So let's move over to the weapons. Again, we're not going to be discussing the Chinese New Year spear, and that is because I discussed it last video last week. So let's get started, or the Dragon rocket launcher for that matter as well. So let's get started with the Lunar Snake Helix sword, we'll say. Going for $3.05. I know what that word is and stuff. I just not sure what YouTube's gonna think. So look, it's just a sword skin. It looks cool, but we have so many sword skins, or not so many, but we have a decent few sword skins in the game. They all look really cool. This one looks really cool, but there's no demand for sword skins really. Oh, actually, we do have the new Prim bloody event / servers that are going to be coming out soon. So that actually might increase the salvage swords prices, because you've got your jackhammers, which in my opinion are just the best thing in the game. You've got the jackhammer, which can do hectic amounts of damage as a melee weapon. But then besides the jackhammer, the next best thing for melee, in my opinion, is either the salvage sword or the combat knife. And I think you're going to be seeing a lot of salvage swords if you're going to be playing this new game mode, at least initially, before someone gets a bow or the new crossbow or blah blah blah. So overall, there actually is a chance that sword skins will increase in value. It depends on how popular this new primitive game mode will be. There's already so many people that have been primlocked, it's not really actually changing much for those players. So the Lunar Snake Helix sword is going for $3.05, so center store price. It also looks really good, but if you want to try and invest in it, I definitely recommend getting it off of the community market with the buy order, because At the moment, we don't know how well this new Prim game mode is going to perform. If it performs well, swords will increase in value. If it doesn't perform well, then the sword isn't really going to have any demand, and so it's not going to really make you any money. So if you do want to try and invest in the Snakehead, the Snake Helix sword, then definitely just pick it up with a community market buy order. That is what I'll recommend to do with that bad boy for this week. Righty, moving over to the Lunar Snake Kaleidoscope AR, going for $3.85. Overall, I actually think this is a really cool looking AK skin, personally. It's got a mad art design of a snake on the body of it with its mouth open and its tongue out. We don't have an ADS screenshot, so I can't actually tell you what the ADS is looking like, unfortunately, but it does look like the front iron sight is potentially gold or yellow, which I do think is actually a negative. It will probably be a little bit harder to see in like desert biomes and more yellowy grass kind of areas. But if the sight is like a red or easy to see and doesn't blend in with the background too much, I think it'll be good. But look, overall, $3.85 is what the AK is going for. It's too expensive to be initially buying off of the Rust Item store, in my opinion, simply because there's so many nice looking AK skins already added to the game that there's already so much demand for only specific types of AKs or specific AK skins, which kind of just makes all of the other AK skins redundant and doesn't increase any of their value. So what you could do with the Lunar Snake Kaleidoscope AR, bit of a mouthful, you could pick this one up off the community market with a buy order for a bit cheaper than what it's going for on the Rust Item store. But just playing with it as a play skin, I do think it will eventually go up a little bit, and overall can make you some money if you do it that way. But if you're just buying it off of the Rust Item store, then you'll probably just break even or maybe even lose a little bit of money after Steam tax. But overall, I think it is a really nice looking AK skin, and I think some people are going to want it, but there's already so many awesome looking AK skins that people want, and it just makes it a lot harder to be investing in AK skins. But overall, cool skin, but I'd recommend trying to get it with a buy it off the community market. Moving over to the Lunar Snake SMG, this is a custom skin going for $3.85. We don't get custom skins too often, but at the moment, I feel like the custom is in kind of a bit of a weird spot where you've got the Tommy, you've got the MP5, you kind of don't really need the custom that much, and like you use the custom if you have to use the custom. Not saying the custom's bad, but I'm just saying the other two options are better in my opinion. Of course, MP5 is tier 3, but I'm just talking about SMGs. So $3.85 is what this is going for. It's an okay looking skin, like it's an interesting design. Personally, not like my cup of tea. I don't know, the more I look at it, the more I like it, but not super in love with it in game. I think the Sonic looking coins are a little bit funky. The ADS is really nice in my opinion. However, the front iron sight might be just a little bit dark. It's actually quite a nice looking skin. It would probably look a little bit better if it didn't have these Sonic coins on it, in my opinion. But overall, I don't think the Lunar Snake SMG is really going to have any demand. Custom skins, as I said, like the custom itself is in a bit of a, it's like the mid weapon. If you have to use it, you have to use it. So it's also kind of like, that means it's the mid skins as well. So if you have to buy a skin for a weapon, you're probably going to be buying one for the Thompson or the MP5 or the AK or SAR, and then like your second pick will be like the custom, or second, third, you know what I mean? Like the later picks will be the custom skins. So overall, the demand for custom skins isn't really super high, same as the Python and stuff like that. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Lunar Snake SMG off of the Rust Item store for this week. I actually do think it's quite a nice skin though, so you could get it for a buy order for cheaper. And try and make a little bit of money from it that way. But overall, I don't really think you'll be making much money off of it. So it's a cool skin. I like the lanterns going down the magazine, which I just noticed then. I'm just, as I said, not super keen on those little coins because I think it just looks a little bit childish. But the rest of the design is quite nice. All right, so moving on to the final weapon of the week, we have the Year of the Snake L96. More of a basic name, easier to remember. $3.85 is what this is going for. Standard store price. I actually really like this skin, but I don't really like the green. I understand that it's supposed to match the theme of it, but I just think it just clashes a little bit with the other colors, in my opinion. And I think it just kind of cheapens the skin itself, personally. I think this skin is really nice. The ADS is awesome with the snake, but you're never going to see the ADS unless you're roaming iron sights for whatever reason. If you want a L96, you're obviously going to have a scope on it. So it's a pretty cool looking skin, but you can't craft the L96. L96 is a lot more limited for most players to actually be able to obtain in the game, because you do have to get it from airdrops and crates and stuff like that. So you're not likely going to have the Year of the Snake L96 making you too much money if you are trying to invest in it off of the Rust store. It is going for center store price, but I still do think that you could get this for cheaper with a community market buy order. Eventually it might go up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to have a significant amount of demand overall. In saying that, we don't really get that many L96 skins, but just keep that in mind that you can't craft them, and so they are going to be harder to get. Less people are going to want to use them, and because of that, there's going to be less demand. Alrighty, so also this video is sponsored by Skin Serpent, so make sure you guys go and check out Skin Serpent and use my affiliate code OMIGHTY in that as well. But Skin Serpent, if you don't know already, is a marketplace for Rust skins, and soon you'll likely get some other skins as well, which you can check in the FAQ for that confirmation. But yeah, you can buy, sell, and instant sell even your Rust skins on this site. Make sure you guys use the affiliate code OMIGHTY. Also, there is currently no ID verification required for buying skins, so that is definitely a plus as well. Go and check out Skin Serpent today, because this is a perfect time to be cashing out your Rust skins. Righty, moving back to the Rust store. So we will move over to the deployables now, and we have the Amulet Rug going for $3.05. So this is a rug skin with a majority of it is cut out. Like 60% of the rug skin is cut out, and we just have 3 of the like Chinese coins, or these little amulets, all bound together with some red twine or string or something. Going for $3.05. I think you could like do some cheesy stuff with this, like having it on a door, so you're like behind the invisible part of the rug and like shooting or something like that, and having a little bit of extra protection. But I mean, that's a really niche thing, and besides that, I don't think the Amulet Rug is going to have any demand unless people do find like a cheese like that, like putting it over a door frame and just using the rug itself as cover to take a little bit less damage. But overall, for $3.05, I don't think the Amulet Rug is going to have demand to go above that value unless it does have some sort of cheese like that. So not going to recommend investing the Amulet Rug off of the Rust store. It's an okay looking skin if you're into that kind of thing. Personally, I'm not really overly interested, and I think the majority of the Rust community also won't be super interested either. And so that means I do think that there's not going to be any demand unless there is an exploitive use of this skin. So not going to recommend investing in the Amulet Rug off of the Rust store for this week. Alright, moving over to the Lunar Lantern Sleeping Bag. This is a glowing deployable, going for $3.85. So standard store price for glowing deployables, not too shabby. I think this is going to look really good if you bought the Lunar stuff last week. So like the double doors, you've got your Chinese lantern, you got your garage door, like all of the Lunar themed stuff all together is going to look fat in a base. And I think that this sleeping bag is definitely going to complement those skins very well, and of course does match the colors and the aesthetic of those previous skins as well. So $3.85 is what this is going for. Overall, if you're roaming this bag in the night and trying to deploy it outside, there is a chance that people are going to be smacking it out, especially if it's close to their base. It's going to be very easy to see. It's also going to be pretty easy to identify if it is your bag, if you're fighting someone and you constantly keep respawning on it outside. So eventually they'll likely claw on and start smacking your bags out, so that you've got less potential for respawns. So that is a little bit of a pay to lose for the Lunar Lantern. However, if you're only using it inside, then it is pay to win, because it's going to make navigating through your base at night a little bit easier, that being a glowing deployable. So you can of course see your Lunar Lantern bag at night glowing in the dark. $3.85 is what this is going for. Overall, I think this bag actually will perform okay. I think this is an aesthetic that the Rust community is in favor of. But I also do think that you could get it for cheaper off of the community market if you place your buy orders as soon as possible. for when they release onto the community market, then you could maximize your potential profits with the Lunar Lantern sleeping bag. So you could buy it off the Rust Item store as a play skin. I think you can still make money selling it. But also, if you get it with the community market buy it, I think that is how you're going to maximize your potential profits, which is what I would recommend to do overall. Righty, moving over to the Lunar Snake Furnace, going for $3.05. This is a red furnace skin with some Chinese coins on it again, and a golden serpent / snake. I actually think this skin looks pretty mad, but it also has green glowing eyes on the snake at night, so it's pretty cool when it's turned on. It's cool, but we have so many unique looking furnace skins that it makes it quite hard to actually invest in furnace skins, because we have such a high saturation of unique and cool looking furnace skins. I think this is a nice furnace skin, but I do think it is more of a niche style and more of a niche aesthetic that not all people would probably want to be buying. So overall, I think it has potential, but I'm not going to recommend investing in it because I do think it's just a little bit too niche of a skin. Excuse me, I also do think that you could probably get it for cheaper off of the community market. Even if you're buying it as a play skin, that is probably what I would recommend to do. So not going to recommend investing in the Lunar Snake Furnace off of the Rust Item store for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the next page, we have the Lunar Snake Locker going for $3.85. This is also a glowing deployable, but only has a slight, pretty subtle glow, honestly. But yeah, again, if you want to make your Chinese or Lunar themed base, then I think this is going to be another one of those skins that is definitely going to complement that design and aesthetic choice very well. Going for $3.85. We have so many locker skins these days, and we keep getting free ones that look cool as well off of the Twitch drops. So overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Lunar Snake Locker off of the Rust Item store. I think you can get this for a little bit cheaper off of the community market, but having this as a more medium to long-term investment, so holding it around next year, I actually do think you can make money off of it, but I do think that you should be trying to get it for a little bit cheaper if you can off of the community market, because I don't think this is really going to be a very short-term investment unless you're picking it up day one and then selling it day one. So you have to be pretty on the ball with that kind of stuff. But Lunar Snake Locker definitely has potential in my opinion, but we already have a decent few nice-looking locker skins, so I would recommend trying to get this for cheaper off of the community market with a buy order, and then if you want to use it as a play skin, use it as a play skin. If you get sick of it, I think you'll be making money, depending on what your buy order is. But if you're buying it off the Rust Item store, I do think you're probably not going to be making any money anytime soon. So not going to recommend investing in the Lunar Snake Locker off of the Rust Item store. And if you do want to try and invest in it, get it off the community market with a buy order. Alrighty, moving over to the final skin of the week, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly double check. It looks like it is the final week. The skin. We have the Serpent Light Keeper wooden door. Going for $3.85. This is the wooden door skin with a snake on it and some orange thing. Not sure what that's supposed to be. It's probably just gone straight over my head and is something obvious, but it does have a little bit of a glow. The snake and the actual orange thing do glow at night. It actually looks quite cool, but overall in the day, I think it just looks kind of average, to be completely honest. Like, it's just a picture slapped on a black wooden door skin, so it'll probably look really nice at night, but during the day it looks kind of a little bit boring. $3.85 is what it's going for on a wooden door. I'm not going to recommend investing in it for those two reasons. It's above standard store price, not above standard store price for glowing deployables, but it's above standard store price for just deployables in general. And also it's on a wooden door skin. You're only going to have a wooden door for 5 minutes, so you can then get your metal frags and then make a sheet door. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Serpent Light Keeper wooden door. I think the artwork on it is cool, but the rest of it is a little bit lackluster in my opinion. That is going to do it for this week, I'm pretty sure. Just a reminder of what the top sellers are as well. We have the AKL96 and the Furnace in top 3 in order. So I hope you guys, and also a reminder of Skin Serpent, make sure you guys go and check out Skin Serpent and use the affiliate code OMIGHTY, which will be in the description and also the top pinned message comment in the video. So thanks to Skin Serpent for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.